everyone, welcome to my channel Tiny Talkers. My name is Brenda and I'm a speech language pathologist. On this channel we talk all things speech and language, so if you're interested in that kind of content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. In this video we're going to talk about all the things you need to know about baby signing. So I'm going to tell you why you should be teaching baby signing, when you should do it, what you should be teaching, and how you should be doing it. As an SLP, I get asked often if teaching your baby sign language would delay language, and the answer is no. It actually helps promote language. You might be wondering why you should be teaching your baby sign language. Teaching baby signs is kind of like a bridge to learning words. So they're learning communication, they're learning words and their meanings, and they're learning how to communicate their wants and needs. Once babies start talking, you'll notice that they'll slowly stop signing on their own. So prior to a baby speaking and using words comes gestures. That's what happens developmentally. Just like when you're teaching a baby to say bye. You don't teach them to say bye first, you teach them by waving, and eventually the baby will learn to say bye. So prior to a baby being able to use words, they're able to communicate through gestures. This helps reduce frustration because the baby is able to communicate and get their wants and needs met. Teaching baby signs also teaches babies about communication, that it's a two-way street. They tell you what they want and you respond. There's also so many studies out there that show that babies who are taught sign language later in life have more expansive vocabularies. So when should you teach your baby signs? Research says you should start teaching them around 6 months. However, I disagree with that. I think the earlier the better. I've seen babies as young as 5 months signing. So what signs should you teach your baby? In this video, I'm going to talk about 8 signs that I feel are the most functional to teach your baby. However, I feel like you should pick around 2 or 3 of them and start there. If you teach all 8 at the same time, you're just going to overwhelm your baby. The first sign is more. For more, you just bring your fingers together and then tap. So your baby can use that sign to request for more food. So the way that I teach my little one, Aria, is at mealtime when I sit her down in her high chair, I'll give her a few pieces of food, and then once she finishes eating it, I'll sign more, and I always pair the gesture with the word, and I'll tell her more, and then right away I'll give her more food. And so that way I'm teaching her what the gesture means. So sometimes in order to help her out, I'll do hands over hand, and I'll grab her hands and I'll do it for her. And I'll tell her more while I hold her hands and give her some hand over hand assistance, and then I'll give her another piece. The next sign is all done. For this one, you just grab your 2 hands and you turn them. So you say, all done. So sometimes when my daughter's eating, I notice she's getting frustrated, and I feel it's because she doesn't want any more food. So what I do is that I sign to her and I tell her all done, and then once I give her the sign all done, I remove the food from in front of her. So you can teach a sign maybe when you're done with an activity, you just sign all done, or maybe when they're finished drinking water. So this way they're able to communicate. If they don't want any more food, they can tell you all done. A baby at around my daughter's age, 10 months, is not able to say all done. They're able to sign if they've been taught all done, and like I said, decrease frustration. So the next sign is eat. It's kind of like more, but with one hand, and you just bring it to your mouth like you're eating. So whenever I'm going to sit down my daughter for a meal, I just tell her eat right before the meal so she can relate the sign to the meaning. This sign is important because whenever she's hungry, she can just signal eat. So the next sign is potty. You take your wrist and you just turn it. Potty. So this sign I do every time I change my daughter's diaper. I just say potty. Also, when I'm using the bathroom, I say potty. She can also use this sign whenever she feels like she needs a diaper change. So I think this sign will help her in the long run when she's ready to be potty trained, that she's kind of understanding the process. So whenever I change her diaper, I'm saying potty. Whenever I'm going to the bathroom, I'm saying potty. So the next sign is milk. It's kind of like you're milking a cow. You open and close your fist. Milk. And so right before I nurse Aria, I tell her milk, and then I'll nurse her. And then she's able to request whenever she does want milk. You'll see that she does this. So the next sign is up. All you do is point up. So I'm teaching my daughter this sign so she could use it whenever she wants me to pick her up. So sometimes whenever I see her frustrated and I see that maybe she might want me to pick her up, I just ask her up, and then I'll pick her up and then show her up to show her that that's what I did. The next sign is sleep, and the sign goes like this, sleep. I show my daughter this sign whenever I'm going to put her down for a nap, or at the end of the day when I'm going to put her down to sleep. I'll show her the sign and then put her down. Babies can use the sign to say that they're sleepy. So the last sign is help. I haven't yet started teaching my daughter this one because I feel the other ones are more useful at this point. But the sign for help is a flat hand and then thumbs up, and you bring your hands up and down. Help. So you can teach your baby this sign. Maybe if they're struggling to open something, you tell them help. And then right after you signal it, maybe if they're trying to open something, then you can open it after you show them the sign. So I've kind of told you how I teach each individual sign. You always pair the sign with the meaning. You have to use the sign at an appropriate time. In order for the child to learn the sign, you just have to repeat and repeat and repeat and do it over and over again. Research shows that babies have to see something about 50 times before they actually learn it. You can always give your baby extra help to learn these signs with hands over hand. So you just take their hands and help them do the sign. You don't have to take extra time from your day to teach your baby signs. You can teach them throughout the day, maybe during meal times or during playtime. Well, let me know in the comments below what signs you've been teaching your baby, what signs do they already know, and what your experience has been like. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more speech and language videos. For more tips and tricks, follow me on IG, and I'll see y'all next week.